lose hope. There's always a path to freedom and mental mastery. You will ask yourself how. The first thing is acknowledging the data. What kind of experiences have you given yourself to prove first who you are, and second, look at your track record, not your emotions. Most people make the critical mistake to justify who they are depending on how they feel. But that is not factual. You don't have to feel qualified to be qualified. I will repeat that again. You don't have to feel qualified to be qualified. What you have done in your life, the experience you gather, the good deeds you've done, the decision you have taken, that has its own value. The relationship you have established, the way you treat others and you treat yourself, all of this critical data should serve you to understand that your track record is more important than how you feel about yourself. Remind yourself, if you finish college, that you have something that validates your hard performance to get a degree. If you're a mom and you put your kids through college, remind yourself of those facts, how hard you had to work. And you should validate yourself that your efforts put your kids into college and now they live a better life. If you're a single parent, the same thing. Validate your facts, validate your certifications. Validate your struggles. How did you overcome your struggles? How did you achieve to be free? And how did you choose to love yourself every day and show up for you? We also have to decouple value from outcomes. We have to separate our inherent worth as a person from the outcome of your latest project. And the reason being is because your latest project is in the past. We constantly live in the future. We constantly have to start projecting ourselves to something new. And that new is unknown. And because it's unknown, it's not guaranteed. If you were successful 10 times, that doesn't mean that you will be successful 11 times. There's nothing guaranteed. But you need to be okay. The fact that if you were successful 10 times but failed once, it's okay. That means that you just got to figure things out and also analyze what was different, what was missing, what could have you done differently. But also now with that loss, turn it into a win. There's always a win and a loss. And that is super valuable because that biggest loss in that moment is going to serve you to create the next 10 wins. And let's separate that failing a task doesn't mean that you fail your identity, that you fail yourself. We fail at a certain objective and goal, but by trying, we didn't fail ourselves because we did it. We attempted it. We gave it all and we had the intention to win. And we have to also be honest and be true professionals. We need to know how to externalize our failure and perhaps talk more about it. Talk more about it in meeting. It's not all about the win. You go to a meeting, everyone is happy. Everyone's supposed to be happy, glamorous, receptive, positive, but nobody talks about failure. Nobody talks about if they had a bad moment throughout the week. Are they going through difficult times? Are they facing divorce? How are they feeling with the environment of work because they're different? We don't talk about those things because unfortunately we want to belong in these social settings, but those social settings is going to hurt you at the long term as well. And this is what I'm talking about. Why we have lost the touch to embrace vulnerability. Vulnerability perhaps is our biggest tool for growth. And yet we believe is a taboo that needs to be talked in a personal setting or with a psychologist, but nevertheless with a leader because it could hinder your promotion, right? They start looking at you different. There's this unconscious bias or a direct bias about, well, this person can't handle this. So does that make you incompetent? Expressing how you feel does not make you incompetent. It makes you true to yourself and the fact that you're dealing with the emotional stance of change. And also you want to stop seeing the inevitable mistakes. You want to start creating new solutions. And in the process of creating new solutions, we can feel fearful and anxious and sometimes depressed because there are moments of uncertainty. And think about it. In moments of uncertainty is when you have to ask for the most help and not put yourself in a shell, thinking more about the next promotion. How would they see me? Would they view me different? Would they view me as a strong leader? What would change? Don't harm yourself in these ways because that's exactly what imposter syndrome wants, is make you feel fraudulent and that you don't belong and that you need to hide and that you need to be covered up. Shame on you. That's exactly what imposter syndrome wants from you. That's what fear wants you to do That's what your brain wants you to do, so it doesn't feel the discomfort of evolution. But when you start seeing your vulnerabilities as a sign of just being human, and you are able to express your vulnerability without any remorse and without any expectations or the judgment that could come with it, you will drop the mask. And when you drop the mask, imposter syndrome doesn't know where to go, and it can't hide anymore. There's nothing else there besides you. And when you see yourself in that mirror and you're able to smile and see who you are, you know that you are more than just near competence and success. This is the beginning of mental mastery and healing, the path to genuine acceptance of who you are. Don't pretend to be who you're not. Have unshakable self-acceptance, because at the end of the day, nobody will suffer more than you when you start wearing personas and masks that hide the beautiful soul that you are. Don't forget to embrace yourself and to give yourself gratitude every day for every single thing that you have that might seem minuscule. But think about it. If you have a bed where to sleep, that's a blessing. You should have gratitude for that. Have gratitude because your parents are still around, because that's something irreplaceable. If you have kids and they're healthy, have gratitude towards that. Gratitude also helps a lot, especially when you believe that you're being an imposter, because they are factual. If you are a good parent, that's a fact. And your kids love you, that's a fact. You can't be an imposter if they love you. So always question your imposter syndrome and ask yourself this question: if you are more than all your achievements, what could stop you? And I'm pretty sure imposter syndrome is not going to stop you at any point in your life, but instead you will believe in yourself. And thank you for walking with us today at Ethics Guild Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe. Join our community for more genuine intellectual conversations and stories. But more importantly, your support extends our mission. 1 in 5 people struggle with their mental health, but fewer than half get help. Your subscription isn't just support, it's a lifeline. You will be funding vital mental health programs for those who can't afford them, ensuring no one has to struggle alone. Join us and be the reason why somebody heals. Join us and be part of this mental health revolution. I'll see you next time. Welcome back again, Ethics Guild Podcast, where we explore human experiences. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do not forget our campaign. We are committed to transform your subscriptions into pro bono programs for mental health, so you can free somebody's mind from their traumas and help them heal just by subscribing. Very simple, and it costs absolutely nothing. Help us through this campaign, and we just want to pay forward, not only to our viewers, but for those that can't afford mental health services. Just remember, the statistics are real. Only 4 out of 10 Americans can afford mental health services. So help us change that. Hopefully, we can move the statistics and perhaps move it from 4 to 5 out of 10 people have good mental health.